Hi, I'm Erin Fury, Associate Crafts Editor at Martha Stewart, and this is one of my very favorite friendship bracelets to make. For this bracelet, you will need some leather cord, embroidery floss, a needle, scissors, washi tape, and a small box. To make the bracelet, start with some cord like this leather. It's great if it's got a little bit of thickness to it, but it's not too bulky. A small box like this one is great for working. Just make sure that you cut enough so that you can wrap it around the box and tie a knot. It'll make it very easy to work. A rigid box like this one is great for working with, and also it makes this project easily transportable. So after a little bit of fiddling, you've got your setup. I'd like this bracelet to have 3 colors, so I'm going to start with all 3 at the same time. Cut a fair amount of length, and you can always add in. It can be a bit cumbersome to work with too great a length of embroidery floss, so cut something that's manageable, knowing you can always add in more. Wrap your 3 threads behind the leather and decide which color you'd like to start with. I'm going to go with this teal, and holding the teal in my pointer fingers, I'm going to begin weaving it. Take your left thread, feed it under the leather and the extra threads. Then take the right thread, feeding it back under the middle through the leather and threads on your left side. Once you've done a few weaves of your first color, tape down your extra colors. Creates an X that you slide up and tighten. Basically, you're thread wrapping both sides and linking them in the middle. This loop at the top will be what forms your clasp, so don't scrunch your threads too close to it and close it off. This design is based a bit on a fishtail braid. Keep weaving, and you will start to see a solid band forming of whichever color you're using. Once you get the hang of it, these go very quickly. Slide it right off the box and untie. There's a little trick for finishing this off. Sort out all of your extra threads, then peel away just 1 thread of embroidery floss of whichever color you were last using. So in my case, that is the light blue. Thread your needle, and while you're holding all of those excess threads, begin to stitch them into the back. So every time I stitch, I'm sewing into the bracelet just a tiny bit, underneath all those excess threads, and wrapping them. This will both hide them and secure them. These bracelets are super durable, so you can shower in them and swim in them, and sewing them up nice and tight in the end ensures a long life. Once you think you've got enough stitches, just sew through your loop to knot it off, and then I feel certain that I can cut all of my excess threads and they'll be snugly sewn in. So the very last step is to snip these excess leather parts, making sure you have enough to tie. I love how this bracelet is like a grown-up version of the ones I made in summer camp, and I love all the bright color combinations you can achieve with embroidery floss. I'll have to give this one to a really special friend and then make a million more.